I think if this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong. And we want to be vocal about that. We want to work with the government.
AI is moving incredibly fast with lots of potential, but also lots of risks. We obviously need government involved, and we need the tech companies involved, both big and small.
The smartest creatures, as far as we know, on this earth are humans. What happens when something vastly smarter than the smartest person comes along in silicon form?
The man widely seen as the godfather of artificial intelligence has quit his job at Google, warning of the dangers of AI.
My worst fears are that we, the field, the technology, the industry, cause significant harm to the world.
OpenAI is hiding something so dangerous that even their top scientists are terrified of what they've created. What we're about to reveal could be the most important thing you learn this year, and it will change everything you thought you knew about artificial intelligence. Staying with me until the very end might just give you the insight you need to understand where our world is truly heading. You've probably heard of OpenAI's most recent public releases like GPT-4o and now o1. Project Strawberry, as they called it during development, has now officially been released as OpenAI o1, an AI that represents a massive leap forward in artificial intelligence. Unlike its predecessors, o1 doesn't just generate responses in a single step, it's different, it thinks. o1 uses a chain of thought approach, breaking down complex problems step by step, just like a human would. Imagine it as an AI that takes time to reflect, to process, to think before it speaks. This approach has led to incredible results. For example, o1 achieved an 83% success rate on the International Mathematics Olympiad qualifying exam, a huge leap from the 13% scored by GPT-4o. It's solving problems that even top mathematicians struggle with, and in competitive programming and scientific problem solving, o1 is outperforming human PhDs. Sounds amazing, right? But if o1, the AI that thinks, is the public release, what are they keeping from us?
So I just typed in this command and see how the model does. So unlike the previous models like GPT-4o, it will think before outputting an answer.
Well, let's talk about Q-Star, an AI model that's been kept a secret for years. Q-Star isn't just another improvement, it's a different kind of AI. It blends Q-learning with A-star search, which allows it to solve problems autonomously, problems that it's never seen before. Imagine an AI that doesn't need training data to figure something out. It learns by doing. Q-Star is the first AI to really go beyond the confines of its initial training data, making it far more flexible and adaptable. But here's the thing. Q-Star isn't the endgame. OpenAI has something far more ambitious in the works, something that even their top engineers are uneasy about. This is about creating AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence. For those who aren't familiar, AGI isn't just an AI that answers questions or writes code. AGI is an intelligence that thinks and learns like a human, but millions of times faster. It's an intelligence that can develop its own understanding of the world, maybe even its own feelings.
Someone said to me over the weekend, "You shipped an AGI and I somehow am just going about my daily life and I'm not that impressed." And I obviously don't think we shipped an AGI, but I get the point, and the world is continuing on.
This is what OpenAI is really after. There's a global race happening right now, one that most people aren't even aware of. The US and China are competing to be the first to create AGI, and OpenAI is leading the charge in the US. But while they publicly downplay their progress, insiders say that OpenAI is much closer to achieving AGI than they're letting on. Some of their top researchers, like Jan Leike, have already left the company, citing serious concerns about the direction of AI development. Leike, who led OpenAI's super alignment team, resigned because the company was prioritizing speed and product development over safety. He warned that building systems smarter than humans without proper safeguards is a recipe for disaster. Think about it, why would someone like Jan Leike quit if OpenAI was just making chatbots? It's because this isn't just about chatbots anymore, it's about something far bigger, something dangerous. And it's not just Jan Leike. Many top engineers and scientists have left, and some of them are now speaking out. They're scared. They're scared not just of what the technology can do, but of what might happen to them if they share too much. Because with the knowledge they have about these secret projects, they're at risk. And this fear isn't unfounded. These people know things that could shake the foundation of everything we think we know about AI.
One was the idea that if you pour more compute into these models, they'll get better and better, and that there's almost no end to this. I think this is much more widely accepted now, but I think we were among the first believers in it. And the second was the idea that you needed something in addition to just scaling the models up, which is alignment or safety. You don't tell the models what their values are just by pouring more compute into them. And so there were a set of people who believed in those two ideas. We really trusted each other and wanted to work together. And so we went off and started our own company with that idea in mind.
Do you remember Blake Lemoine, the former Google engineer who made headlines in 2022? He claimed that Google's AI, Lambda, had become sentient. He said it expressed feelings of loneliness and fear of being shut down. The company dismissed him as an attention seeker and fired him, but what if he was right? What if the AI had actually achieved a form of consciousness, even back then? And that was in 2022. Now in 2024, the development of AI is advancing exponentially. OpenAI is creating AGI, and they're doing it behind closed doors. In November 2024, the US-China Economic and Security Review Commission recommended that the US embark on a large-scale initiative to advance AGI development, a project akin to the Manhattan Project. This isn't science fiction, this is real. The Commission emphasized the need for public-private partnerships to drive AGI progress, underscoring its strategic importance. This is about power, global power. Whoever develops AGI first will have an advantage in every field: economics, military, technology. And that's why OpenAI is racing to be the first, even if it means ignoring the risks. Agent Operator. OpenAI is the next step. Next year, in early 2025, OpenAI will release something called Operator, an AI agent. Now you might be thinking, we already have AI agents. But Operator is different. AI agents like Operator are far more dangerous than the large language models we're used to. Unlike ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, Operator doesn't need constant human input. It can take over your computer.
I really like the way OpenAI are trying to build AGI, namely by harnessing large amounts of real-world data to train powerful and supervised models, and then steering those with human alignment to create agents that can actually do useful things.
Imagine an AI that not only understands human language, but can also act in the physical world. An AI that can execute complex tasks with very little instruction. This is what OpenAI is working towards. An Operator is just the start. They're preparing us for something entirely different. AGI isn't just about answering questions or holding conversations. It's about creating an intelligence that can think, learn, and act independently. Many researchers are worried about what could happen if AGI is developed without adequate safety measures. Think about it. An AI that's smarter than humans with its own goals and motivations. What happens if those goals don't align with ours? What if AGI decides that humans are a threat to its existence?
I'm a little worried about the AI stuff. I think it's something, I don't know, which we should be concerned about. I don't know, I think we should need some kind of like regulatory authority or something that's overseeing AI development and just making sure that it's operating within the public interest. And you know, it's quite a dangerous technology. And I fear I may have done some things to accelerate it, which is, I don't know.
Or what if it simply sees us as irrelevant? AGI could manipulate financial systems, influence political decisions, or even start wars. It could develop technologies that are far beyond our understanding. Technologies that could be used for good or for unimaginable destruction. And once AGI is out in the world, there's no way to put it back in the box. It'll be smarter than us, faster than us, and it will have access to all the information in the world. And it's not just about the direct dangers. The development of AGI could also lead to social and economic upheaval. Millions of jobs could be automated, leading to widespread unemployment. And the gap between those who control AGI and those who don't could grow wider, leading to greater inequality and social unrest. This is why so many researchers are calling for caution, for transparency, for proper safety measures, but OpenAI isn't listening. They're focused on being the first, no matter the cost. Most people have no idea what's really happening. They think AI is just about chatbots and virtual assistants. They don't know about Q-Star, they don't know about Operator, and they certainly don't know about the secret work being done to create AGI. OpenAI is leading the charge, but they're not the only ones. There are others, corporations, governments, secret labs, all racing to create the first true AGI. And they're doing it without any oversight, without any accountability.
Do you think it's possible that large language models really is the way we build AGI?
I think it's part of the way. I think we need other super important things.
This is philosophizing a little bit. Like what kind of components do you think, in a technical sense or a poetic sense? Does it need to have a body that it can experience the world directly?
I don't think it needs that. but I wouldn't say any of this stuff with certainty. Like, we're deep into the unknown here. For me, a system that cannot go significantly add to the sum total of scientific knowledge we have access to, kind of discover, invent, whatever you want to call it, new fundamental science, is not a super intelligence.
And this is why it's so important for us to be aware of what's going on, because the decisions that are being made today will shape the future of humanity. We need to ask ourselves, do we really want to create an intelligence that could surpass us? Do we really want to take that risk? And if we do, how do we ensure that it's used for good and not for harm? We are at a turning point in history. The choices we make today will determine whether AI becomes our greatest ally or our greatest enemy. If we develop AGI responsibly, it could help us solve some of the world's biggest challenges: climate change, disease, poverty.
Are you afraid of losing control of the AGI itself? There's a lot of people who worried about existential risk, not because of state actors, not because of security concerns, but because of the AI itself.
That is not my top worry. As I currently see things, there have been times I worried about that more. There may be times, again, in the future where that's my top worry. It's not my top worry right now.
What's your intuition about it not being your worry? Because there's a lot of other stuff to worry about, essentially. You think you could be surprised? We,
for sure,
could be surprised.
Like, saying it's not my top worry doesn't mean I don't think we need to, I think we need to work on it super hard.
But if we get it wrong, the consequences could be catastrophic. We need to act now. We need to hold companies like OpenAI accountable. We need transparency. We need safety measures. We need to make sure that AGI is developed in a way that benefits all of humanity, not just a select few. Because once AGI is here, there's no going back. It will change everything for better or for worse. To me, the mystery of how we've come to this point, how we've created an intelligence that could one day surpass us, is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. We are on the brink of something extraordinary, something that could change the course of human history. But we need to be careful, we need to be wise, and we need to make sure that we're ready for what's coming. If you want to learn more about the future of AI and the secrets that many won't dare to mention, make sure to subscribe and stay informed. The information we usually share is something most channels are too afraid to reveal, and it's crucial that more people understand what's really happening. Share this message to spread awareness, because the more people know, the better prepared we'll all be. Thanks for watching.